was, there's some people here who know this, right? French teacher Mrs. McCairn, who Francesca was certain hated her. The strained relationship between Mrs. McCairn and Francesca came to a head one day, courtesy of a wasp. One sunny day, the wasp came into the classroom and Mrs. McCairn asked, as female teachers do, for a big strong boy to catch it. The big strong boy was a wee titchy lad called James Cryans. Wee James Cryans chased the wasp all round the room, and as it came close to Francesca, Francesca got up from her desk and stepped backwards at great speed, straight into Mrs. McCairn, knocking the teacher to the floor, the teacher's legs and stiletto heels dangling high in the air. So watch out anyone who doesn't like Francesca. As Francesca gets older, however, it seems she's becoming less like me and more like her mother. Normally this would be a good thing, however, there's one aspect of her mother's behaviour that Steve would do well to watch out for. Anyone who knows my lovely wife Sarah and me knows that we are late for just about everything. To avoid being late, Sarah over the years has introduced a strategy to sort this out. If we have to be somewhere at 6, Sarah tells me that we have to be there at 5:30 in order to trick me into being on time. And it never works. And the reason why it never works is because I'm not the problem. That's why it doesn't work. All tricking me does is make me faff around for an extra half hour every time we're running late for something. In the early days of our marriage, when we were running late for the cinema, I'd go up and check on Sarah and she'd be painting her fingernails. I remember how confused I was because it's dark in the cinema and no one would have noticed her fingernails. She could have painted her face before saying it and no one would have noticed. So Steve watched out for the timekeeping. Now to pay tribute to the woman that Francesca has become. Stephen, I know I'm biased, but you have of course married a beautiful young woman who is caring and compassionate. Francesca regularly volunteers at a food bank and is a determined non-meat eater as she cannot bear the thought of herself causing animals to suffer. That's how we can make it. She is possibly the most sensitive person I've ever met, and it's fair to say that she has this engaging vulnerability. She's the only teacher, apart from me, who apologises to pupils after she gives them a hard time. Filled with remorse, Francesca often goes over to the young person and says, and I quote, "Sorry that I've been such a cow." Stephen, it's with great regret that I pass over my responsibility for Francesca over to you. If ever you have your hands full with other responsibilities, I'm happy to come off the subs bench. Some advice on marriage. Francesca knows one of my favourite sayings in relation to marriage, and Steve, you need to listen to this, because it's especially applicable to you and to all husbands or male partners here today. Please remember these 4 words: happy wife, happy life. Do your best to keep your wife happy and everything will be alright. And how will you find happiness? Don't fall into the trap of thinking that happiness comes from an easy life, or material possessions, or lots of money. No, no, no. True happiness comes from sacrifice, because sacrifice is the greatest act of love. Sacrifice for our children, for our family, for our friends, and for those in need. And finally, to toast a happy couple, I do hope that Stephen and Francesca go on to have several children. When I look at my own 2 children, Francesca and wee Mario, and I see how hard they try to make sense of this crazy world of ours, it touches my heart and fills me with love. And it's my love for them that makes me realise how much our Father in heaven loves each and every one of us, and how much he loves this happy couple here today. So my dear friends, once again, thank you for everything. Everybody in this room, I can't thank you enough. Please raise your glasses for a toast to Francesca, Stephen, the bride and groom, Francesca and Stephen. Cheers.